Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. It helps us out a lot, and we're trying to reach 1,000 subscriptions. Don't know if anybody has heard about this, but it looks like Buffy the Vampire Slayer is back. And no, it's not going to be a film, but they are doing the show again, so interesting. Let's read into a couple details I got from the grid. This is also going to be a 2-for-1. I'm going to talk about Buffy for a little bit, and then I'm going to switch over to Freddy Krueger because they're actually bringing him back as well. Let's read into this news. So we have a pilot that's going to be shot for Buffy the Vampire Slayer in development, obviously pre-production, but this shoot is going to start on June 1st in Los Angeles, so it's going to be coming up in a couple months. Maybe you can expect to see this show on your TV sometime in late fall or maybe early to midwinter, to be quite honest. I still think it'd fit the bill for that time, a show like this. I don't know if it's going to take them a whole year to get this show out and they release it next summer, but time will tell. Let's look at the summary and synopsis for this. A sequel series to the iconic Buffy the Vampire Slayer is currently in development, with Sarah Michelle Gellar set to reprise her role as Buffy Summers in a recurring capacity. The new series will introduce a new Slayer as the primary protagonist, with Gellar's character serving in a supporting role. I think that sounds pretty interesting, kind of like a Batman Beyond scenario where you have Terry McGinnis come in and you still have Bruce, but he's older, and really just there giving his guidance, which is very helpful throughout the series. Let's see what else we got here. It looks like Chloe Zhao is the director, Gail Berman's producing, Kaz Kazooie producer, Fran Kazooie producer, Dolly Parton is a producer on this, Leela Zuckerman's a writer, and Nora Zuckerman is a writer as well. So a little bit of information, not too much at this point in time, but I still wanted to jump into that because I do feel like that's pretty cool information. I don't think people saw that coming, to be quite honest. And, you know, it makes sense, but it seems like now with shows, they might be doing what they're doing with film, where it's just like, oh, we had a popular show back in the mid to late 90s, maybe even going through the early 2000s. Let's go ahead and bring it back, but let's make it fresh. It's going to be a name that people know because a lot of people watched that show. It was a big show. And if they can make this good, you know, it could have people go back and look at the old catalog as well and show an appreciation for the older Buffy series. I believe even before Sarah Michelle Gellar became Buffy, there was a Buffy before her. So Buffy has been around for well over, I want to say, at least 25, 30 years easily. But I thought that was cool. Let's jump into this next bit of information. A Nightmare on Elm Street New Line Ball shares update on Freddy Krueger's long-awaited return. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab your crucifix. 7, 8, better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. Star of the much-maligned 2010 remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street, Jackie Haley expertly trolled fans on April Fool's Day, posting that a direct sequel is on the way. While most people got the joke, Haley's post did get fans wondering, and this is the bit of information that makes a lot of sense to us, ladies and gents. The Hollywood Reporter then asked New Line Cinema president and chief creative officer Richard Brenner if a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie was in development, and was given a somewhat optimistic response. "We hope so. It's complicated because of the rights," he responded. The U.S. rights to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise reverted to the estate of writer-director Wes Craven back in 2019. I wonder who's running that now, because he did die. But New Line retains the international rights. Last we heard, the estate was taking pitches, but they still need New Line on board or a deal with another domestic distributor to move forward with a new movie. So it looks like New Line is just trying to get the rights completely, kind of like the James Bond situation, where Barbara Broccoli really controlled James Bond creatively, and while Amazon did have control of the back catalog and they could distribute these James Bond films, they had somewhat of a say, but all in all, she made the last call on what was going to happen with James Bond. So when I'm seeing what's being said here, I don't think that they're not going to get a new Freddy Krueger out sometime soon. I just think they're really trying to figure out what they are going to do with the rights and if they can get them off of Wes Craven's estate, like I said, whoever is running that at the moment. In a recent interview with Bloody Disgusting, Robert Englund had some comments regarding if he was going to return to Freddy Krueger, and really I don't think he's going to return because he didn't even come back for that reboot they did, but here's his direct comments. "There's no Freddy left in me," he told Bloody Disgusting in a recent interview. "I could possibly voice a really high-end animated version. That would be nice to be asked to do, but I know I can't do the fight scenes more than one take now, one angle. I just can't be snapping my head or anything like that. I'm an old dog. Give me a break." I really don't. I mean, there might be some gimmick thing we could do with a close-up or something, but no, I can't play him anymore. I'm too old, he added. And he did enough as far as that role goes. He is the iconic Freddy Krueger, so I can understand what he is saying with that. But ladies and gents, that's where we are at pretty much with Freddy Krueger at this point. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen with the business behind the scenes. But still, I thought it was cool information that I wanted to share. So we talked a little bit about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They're going to be bringing that show back with Sarah Michelle Gellar. We also talked about Nightmare on Elm Street. Looks like it's in limbo right now, but we will keep our eyes on any developments and updates. With that being said, ladies and gents, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Also, ring the bell for notifications so you can keep getting cool updates like this from me, Neff. With all that being said, be safe. It's Neff signing off.